Hello and welcome back to Geran versus the Miskatonic. It has been a long time since I've played this, about 4 or 5 months because of various things. I was streaming too much. Anyway, so I love this game still. I recently rewatched the whole series up to this point so that I could remember the story, the characters, the voices. I'm now playing as Valentine, I think, and in order to allow me to survive this, particularly as I do have a bit of a sore throat already, instead I'm going to not do his voice the same way I did before. I'm going to do it slightly differently. Hopefully it will not be too bad. So I need to go collect documents. Did you ever think we'd see the day, Cavendish, when our mutations would finally be reversed? Just when I was getting used to them. What happens after this is all over? If it's successful, how do we spread ourselves across America? Well, that sounds threatening. The girl will come around, don't you worry. We just need one outsider and she's perfect. Sanatorium? Students are reminded that patients in the cure ward are considered assets to the sanitarium. Something to their influence or abilities. Please do not experiment on the president BIP ward. Alright then.
You have a file on our latest patient, correct?
Sure, boss. Hand it over, Sizel. Here you go, sir. Some good light reading. Oh, look at that. Charlotte Effit Lestrange. Charlotte Effit Lestrange. Height 5'6", age 22, hair black, eyes not applicable. American French. Huh. I suppose Lestrange is a French one, I think. That's a really cute picture of her. Anyway. Subject spent her formative years as a member of a Shub-Niggurath cult and witch coven. As a result, subject is deeply dedicated to the cult's tenets of sharing compassion with humanity. Subject is generally cheerful and good-natured, though naive and easily manipulated. As subject left the education system early to join her cult, subject has relatively low intelligence and common sense compared to women of her age. Subject is deeply fascinated with the occult, having become a witch at an early age, and exudes a curious and inquisitive disposition to supernatural abominations that would drive other civilians insane at the sight. Subject has the ability to manipulate primordial ooze using an unknown mechanism in her eyes. Subject was brought to the attention of the university by a fellow member of her cult, one Rumin Fletcher. Oh, okay, so that was it. I should have maybe spoken to Menes. Students are reminded that despite the relatively placid nature of the current ward's patients, possible experiments regarding poking stuff have been conducted hundreds of times since sanitariums open. Unharmful? Hello? Wow, everyone's down here. The math department scuttling around in the waiting room, the literature guys poking through the medical supply closets. Even the geography classes are walking around the ceiling. Like Annie. Oh, I can click on him.
They think she's going to save the world.
I'm still not sure whether Valentine's a good guy or not. On one hand, he's being presented as a bad guy. He's clearly torturing Charlotte. However, he refers to her as the ruiner or the crumbler. And seems happy she's here. So Marie said that she was going to ruin everything, but I'm assuming that means ruin everything that the university was doing or trying to do, whereas Valentine refers to her as the crumbler or the ruiner and yet doesn't think she's going to save the world. There's clearly some sort of prophecy thing going on with him anticipating her arrival. I reckon he is still a good guy. Many said you're the one on staff with the least sympathy for human life or something. I'm still not quite sure. What's one life sacrificed to save a continent? It's a little tragic, but the return of investment makes it a foregone conclusion. And if you can justify sacrificing one, you can justify sacrificing 1,000 or 100,000. Sacrificing 49% and saving 51. No problem. Is he saying that that's a bad thing? I honestly can't tell. I'm not entirely sure what this has to do with my studies, but I'm down here anyway. Just like Miss Teacher said.
Why did she get the eyes? What a waste of a fantastic mutation.
What? Jealous? She gets to be the martyr of humanity and you're stuck with sausages growing out of your back.
The file, please.
Oh, sneezes. Age 3, subject sneezes, reveals her black eyes. Parents forget subject's middle name, renamed Effit. Huh. Age 5, subject attends school, tests poorly, often found socializing, found, there shouldn't be an S there, socializing with mutated children, inquiring about their disabilities. Age 8, subject displays a natural affinity for the occult, seems not distressed by knowledge of monsters or entities. That shouldn't be overlapping onto the picture. Age 9, subject is taken out of school to become a cultist in the Chesuncook Witch Coven. Den mother informed of her abilities, reminded to keep the coven's affiliation with the Miskatonic They've been watching her whole life, haven't they? That's how he knows who she is. It wasn't some sort of prophecy, it's that the Miskatonic has actually been bloody watching her. Age 15, fully indoctrinated by the cult's ideologies of spreading peace and harmony. Den mother informs the university that the training of her eyes is going poorly. Oh. Poor girl. Students are reminded that all potential treatments must be cleared by a ranking member of sanatorium faculty. Students are reminded that electrified straitjackets are for the subject use only. It's not hilarious to make a freshman student wear one. It is even more not hilarious to make a freshman student wear 3. Treatment clinic. I'm guessing I can't go into any of these. I'm just here to talk to the people. I wonder what the university's next big project will be. You know, on. Hang on, I'll talk to him again. I think that bugged out. I wonder what the university's next project will be. You know, once we've removed everyone's mutations. Perhaps they'll focus on curing England of their cannibalism. They've had those few cannibals wandering around for months now. Bah, England's a lost cause. Canada should be the next project. Figure out where all them Yetis are coming from.
But she will create something wonderful.
I should have clicked on him at the beginning. Right, actually, I'm just going to very quickly go do that and see what he would have said. First of all, Menes. Go get the files, Thirst. Humor me. And clicking on him.
They think it's going to work.
Okay, all caught up again. Oh, the spider person. There's gotta be different partners all over the world, right?
The papers.
Sure thing, boss. Here you go. Subject has been indoctrinated by the affiliate Chesuncook Witch Coven and has fully accepted their doctrine of peace and harmony, overlapping the picture a little bit more. As a result, subject seems relatively selfless, going out of her way to help others. Though naturally inquisitive and curious of the occult, subject's lack of a classical education and low intelligence counter her ability to think critically and objectively. This could be cause for concern during the final stages of the project. As a result, it is suggested that subject be gradually exposed to our primordial ooze plans by sending subject on small false assignments. If subject does not understand our cause after these assignments, subject will have to be physically coerced into working with us. So they expected her to walk in and find the goo. And presumably they expected her to free Billy? But this was a stupid way to do this. Why let her discover some of the most horrifying parts of it instead of, talking to her about the benefits of it? Instead of saying... And to be honest, her understanding of this is not great either. And admittedly, that's sort of explained with the... she lacks critical thinking and objectivism, but... Stuff like saying, they're using Billy to siphon primordial ooze out of the air. That's a good thing. Because if it's not in the air, then it can't mutate people. Yes, they fucked up, but they have been trying to fix it. And yes, the way they're going about some of the things they're doing is pretty bad. But again, they are trying to do good things. And with her help, they could do good things. I just feel like no one has gone about this the right way. Oh, that's a lot of small writing. Visitors are reminded that sanitarium patients are considered violent and dangerous, potentially to the entire planet. As a result, the waiting room you are currently inhabiting is largely considered a government facility. Sorry, nicety. As there is absolutely no reason to actually visit anyone interned in this facility. We have no idea who we're talking to right now. Oh, Vicky's here. Oh, she's okay with this.
It'll be nice to finally be rid of these mutations, huh?
Plants have flesh. Plant flesh. Still, it's gotta be nice to know your mutations. Did that bug out again? Yes, it did. Still, it's gotta be nice to know your mutations help with the big plan, right? This game is doing this more and more. It keeps bugging out, and I don't know if it's... I don't know, maybe I should have verified the cache before loading this up after 4 months, but, you know, still. Oh, Vicky. I can't wait to be inside her. I hope it's warm and comfortable as she says it will be. What? What? First, before we go in there, remember, torture didn't work. We need to be compassionate. She'll come around once we explain what we're doing here.
Oh yes, I believe I have something that will convince her.
Oh, that's what he looks like underneath the trench coat. A brain needle. What is that?
Liquid compassion.
Charlotte awoke to the sound of a distant heartbeat. The concrete beneath her was warm and moist, as though licked clean by some vast tongue, and beyond her cell door came a chorus of rasping heavy breaths through 1,000 drooling clenched jaws. The atmosphere was thick with sweat, and the drafty cathedral ambience of the cool concrete corridors was replaced by the now unmistakable presence of flesh. This got weird. The door to her cell creaked open. Charlotte soon discovered that For fuck's sake! Let's try this again. As the door to her cell creaked open, Charlotte soon discovered that she was no longer bound by those chafing leather straps, though found her fingers far too numb to think she had loosened them herself. Looking towards the light edging from the crack in the door, Charlotte noticed something fleshy and glistening retreating from her cell. The air outside her cold cell was inviting, like a lover's lap. Odd use of that analogy, but okay. Or simile, rather. Thick, palpable, it flooded Charlotte's nose and blurred her vision. Her senses absconded into the ambience of warm autumns and cigarettes at sunset, dog fur and freshly cut grass, strawberry ice cream and sleeping late, the smell of fresh bread and new books. Her head swam with the feelings of nostalgia, belonging, and feeling loved. That's a lot of belts she's wearing. Huh. It's kinda nice in here. Look, she looks so scared. Anything I can interact with? No, I just gotta go through the big flesh door. Oh, deeper into the flesh world. Is this in my mind or is this real? The writhing tendrils painted comforting scenes of seaside villages, quiet bars, log fires, warming countryside cottages, and morning rains. Charlotte felt at home more than she ever had before. An intoxicating, addictive feeling of belonging, of being wanted and cherished and loved. And it didn't make sense, but Charlotte was home and everything was going to be okay. And this is what it would be like if she was with Annie. This place is awesome. I could just wrap myself up in these lovely tentacles. Wait a minute. Nah, never mind. I want to go deeper. It feels right to go deeper. Oh! Is she inside someone? This sounds weird, but like Vicky said, I can't wait to be inside her. Is that what's happening? Is she being absorbed by someone? The pulsing tubes of quivering meat painted yet more portraits in Charlotte's addled mind of a joyous, loving past, of childhood milestones and wonderful achievements, of forming friendships at kindergarten, of new puppies, of school tests passing with flying colours and graduating college, mortarboards hanging in the air, of the perfect job, the perfect home, the perfect husband, of... Wait, that never happened. I did terrible at school. I never had any friends. I never had a puppy or a job or a boyfriend, let alone a husband. I left school to become a witch. Oh, Charlotte. And fat lot of good that did me, huh? First ever real job and they fucking abduct me and take all my stuff and throw me in here. And now even the fucking walls are laughing at me. Alright, calm down. There's gotta be a way out, just keep going. Oh, Charlotte. Annie will save you. That's fucking horrifying. Okay, censoring that. Bloody hell. Was not expecting that. To be hit in the face by Rumin's giant bare tits. My god. So I'm going to have to cover some of the text with this, so you're going to have to trust that what I'm reading is what it says. Ah, there you are. We were wondering when you'd finally join us. Also, I totally called that she'd be the villain. Rumin, what happened to you, and what do you mean us? Where is everyone? Okay.
We're right here, Charlotte. Can't you see us?
Okay.
We've come to congratulate you.
Congratulate me? For what?
For saving the world.
Oh, she looks happy. You did it, Charlotte. You fixed everything. Well, almost everything. What are you saying, Rumin? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, come now, Charlotte. Don't you recognize your own handiwork? Oh, what? How? Oh, it was wonderful, Charlotte. We tried everything to get you to use those eyes on us. Hypnosis, hallucinogenics, torture, which I voted against, but we're getting desperate. And after a final round of particularly potent lysergic acid, we asked you what you wanted. And it worked. You simply said you wanted everyone to love each other and be kind to each other and zap me with your eyes.
At first it was frightening to have a horrifically mutated woman literally swallowing each of us into her open torso. But once we were absorbed, everything was wonderful.
I was expecting there to be, I don't know, something more before what I am assuming is the final showdown here?
We're so proud of you, Charlotte.
Oh, if I can keep them talking, maybe I can mutate them back when they're distracted. Her eyes, they're not green, they're the... Is that the colour they are in the after bit? Maybe she, burns her eyes out from using them to undo all of this or whatever, and that's why they stop being green in the after bit. So, what's it like? Oh my god. Jesus. That's an arm. That bit there, you can't really... Ugh. Jesus Christ. Oh, Charlotte, it's indescribable. To be connected, truly connected at a synaptic level to 1,000 friends and family, sharing 1,000 secrets a minute, all your hopes and fears, all your joyous and embarrassing memories, literally your entire life bared for all to see, whatever, opposite of barred, pretty much, with everyone bearing theirs simultaneously and forever. Every sensation, physical, mental, and emotional, rippling across a vast network of interconnected minds and bodies.
To be separate is to be alone. To live alone and die alone, with only a hampered language and fleeting contact to convey your thoughts and emotions. To be connected is to be part of a living heaven. We're in heaven. Can't you tell?
Sorry, just every time. Did you know that the passage of time is dictated subconsciously by the human mind? That the duration of a minute can be squeezed to a second or stretched to a decade? That's why drowning sailors see their entire lives flash before their eyes. Or the Mazatec shamans spend years exploring their minds during 15-minute doses of Salvia Divinorum. Living heaven. Did it always say living heaven? Oh, that's the group.
In the 12 hours it took you to recover, we have spent a septillion years laughing at awkward memories, weeping together at past tragedies, bathing in coital bliss.
Let's not go there. Huh, that actually sounds pretty rad. But why are you not just a warped face on a mass of bruised skin, Roman, like everyone else? Well, we needed a face for the rest of the plan, and between the emotional orgies and the, actual orgies, oh my god. We had a little debate, and we decided that I was the most goddessy. Goddess-ish? The one that looks most like a goddess. I guess that makes sense. Why is she okay with this? Wait, what plan? Expansion, of course. No? Why aren't my eyes working? What did they do to me? I'm certain that they've burned out. Charlotte, think about it. The Chesuncook Coven was great and all, but we were never going to convince the entire world to stop being awful to each other. If we were to absorb the human race, there'd be no more suffering, no more bigotry, no more hatred. Just an eternity of quiet bliss. Until the sun swallows the planet. If you let us out, we can double our mass every day. Within 27 days we'll have absorbed both North and South America. A quick swim across the Atlantic and we'll have the world a week later. The entire world connected, Charlotte. Can you imagine a greater paradise? All we need is for you to build a portal down here large enough to let us out of the sanatorium. So, I'm wondering, all these people who've been absorbed, there were no major characters among them. Are they all going to die? Because Annie wasn't there, Marie and Eddie weren't there, Bob wasn't even there. It was just all the side characters we've been talking to. People who've, apart from a couple, no one would ever miss. I would miss Vicky. I really sort of love Vicky. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. All we need is for you to get the Dunwitchers to build a portal down here large enough to get us out of the sanatorium. We're not as squishy. Bugged out again. Alright, so it seems if I leave it a few seconds, it will sort of finish typing the chat out. We're not as squishy as we thought we'd be. Slightly too much bone in here. Wing wing. No! This is disturbing enough, Geran. Can't fit through the exit into the Miskatonic's underground tunnel network. But what if they don't want to be absorbed? I mean, I'm literally your first customer and I'm not feeling the sales pitch. Well, of course you're on the fence, Charlotte. You're a Chesuncook witch with a scrambled brain. But think of all the normal people out there. The homeless, the jobless, the depressed and suicidal.
To be absorbed is to be free of the burdens of life. No obligations, no debts, no politics, nothing but the embrace of a loving community.
And anyone adamant about staying individual will change their tune after a brief swallowing. What? If they've done something to my eyes, my only option is to talk my way out of this and go get help. Oh, come now, Charlotte. Anyone with reservations will quickly change their tune once they're part of the community. I mean, we'll be blanketing the whole world with our euphoric mass, so the only other option would be starving to death. We're not monsters, Charlotte. I mean... You can't just force people to join you guys.
Because...
No, because it's wrong. It doesn't matter how lovely it is inside your community, and it doesn't matter how terrible it is on the outside. People have to be free to make their own choices and think their own ways. And if their choices are assholey, dealing with assholishness brings the groovier people closer together, and pushes the assholes further away. It always does. But just robbing everyone of their individuality and absorbing everyone just takes away the promise of the future. Oh... Forcing everyone to be as good as they are today prevents them from potentially being even better tomorrow. And it's mean. And absorbing assholes doesn't make them suddenly better, it just makes you an asshole. So rather than ushering in a new age of human unity, you're saying we should just keep this incredible feeling to ourselves. I mean, yeah. Wouldn't that be better? To not have strangers swimming around inside you or whatever? Yeah, not happening. This is the next stage in human evolution, Charlotte. It might be rough for the first few years, what with the slow and deliberate consuming of all mankind, but it'll be worth it once everyone's a part of us. Alright, whose plan was this? Because it seems different people down there had different expectations. First, I still don't know what she's going to ruin. I assume she's going to ruin this, but the earlier ones, the first couple of rooms down there, they were like, oh, she'll cure all our mutations. Clearly that wasn't the plan for everyone. But a couple of people right at the end were like, I can't wait to be inside her. So they presumably knew they were going to be inside Roomin, or something? So, is this why Roomin was here? I don't understand the plan, and who knew the plan, and who's on board with the plan, and... Trust us, Charlotte. This is what's best for humanity.
The girl raises a point. Negative emotions could perpetuate across the network. It would be in our best interest to exclude toxicity from the community.
Shun the assholes and only let groovy people in? Sounds familiar.
Exclude ourselves. Let those that wish to seek us out join our community.
Hey, now there's an idea. How about this, Charlotte? You let a few people know that the university is now a gateway to a living heaven, get the rumors started, and anyone who wants to shed the responsibilities of life can come down here and, decide for themselves if they want to join us. So you'll stay here, not burst out and swallow the whole world? Nah, you were right. If we force the world to conform to our standards, we're only going to get more and more toxic. And if we're going to save the world, we can't become the douchebags that we're trying to save it from. Exactly. I'm aware that my Rumen and Charlotte voices are very similar. I try and differentiate, but sorry if they get a bit confused. Besides, as word gets out that heaven is real and hidden under the basement of the Miskatonic, people will flock to be absorbed anyway. We will swallow the world, albeit at a slightly slower pace. Those we deem toxic can be left outside alone until they adjust their behavior. Yeah, sure, as long as you're not flossing, folks. Wait, where'd you say we are?
Under the university, the in-house sanatorium.
Huh. Guess that's better than renting, huh? No. So I'll come visit sometime, I guess.
We know you will join us one day, Charlotte.
Yeah, probably not. Bye, guys.